So I kind of messed up. I meant to take a video while I was picking it up, and I didn't. And then at some point, I got sidetracked. I've been cleaning the garage all day. But so what I ended up picking up was a motor for the jet boat. But it also came with 4-speed transmission. This guy was building this for a 60s, 70s Ford. It's either a bump side or a dent side. So I got a bunch of motor mounts and stuff. The guy wanted to sell everything full package. Brand new, 1000 CFM, quick fuel carb, but set up for E85. I don't know if we're gonna end up running that. I don't know what we're doing totally yet. I gotta talk to a couple of guys and figure that out. But full 4-speed transmission, brand new clutch, pressure plate, everything. I'm literally pulling all this stuff out right now. I just kind of got all the bikes back in the garage. I know it still looks like a mess, but I promise there's been a lot of progress today. But here she is. This is a 568 cubic inch big block Ford. So it started obviously as a 460, but it's never been fired. So I don't have all of the info on the specs, so I got a screaming deal on it. But we're gonna take it to the engine builder that's building a couple of my buddy's motors, and we're gonna see what he thinks. We do have to tear some stuff down. Like, this is gonna be blue again. It's gonna be the same color scheme as my last one. This will be blue. Keep the aluminum heads, block black. This will be blue. This obviously has to go. We won't use this pump, so this will be for sale. Electric water pump. Super trick, like deep pan. That'll be for sale. That's for a 60s, 70s Ford. But this thing should make around like 750 to even 850 if we really like crank it up. But MSD ignition set up already. I just need the ignition box itself, but it's got the distributor, which is half the battle. A lot of good parts on it, and for what I paid, I'm definitely gonna get that use out of it. And even if I couldn't even use this thing, even if I had like a cracked piston, I could off all the stuff on it or scavenge it and use it on a new motor, and it'd be worth it. But this is it's a big boy. So we're gonna take this to the engine dyno so I can get a torque curve on it, power curve, then bring that sheet over to the pump builder, have him build me a pump, take my pump out, have him build that. We could set this thing, set the pump, set this thing, and I'll be ready to roll. There's really not much I have left to do on the actual boat itself. It needs a cut and polish, and I'd like to try and get a windshield on it. But I'm glad I kind of got all the big stuff done last year.
Yeah, I saw some
tapered bearing. Yeah.
Come on, you got it. Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. It just puked away.
So we got kind of a busy weekend this weekend. Finally, we're getting back out and about. We did polish. We got new tires and polished the wheels for the van. So those are in the back of the van. Those are going to be getting put on the van right now. We are finally bringing that motor up to Kohl's to go into the jet boat. So we'll be yanking the other jet boat, the old jet boat motor out, yanking the pump apart. Finish putting that motor together, more or less. That motor's got to get dynoed though, so I probably will stay out of the boat for now. Well, it's Saturday morning, and we're gonna yank the boat out, get her up over there. So we came up yesterday, kind of early. I wanted to get a jump on this, but Michael just bought a Dyna, so we started tearing into that thing. I'll have a clip for it, but got the exhaust on, full rear fender, tail light, license plate, like lay down frame, some floorboards, little mini floorboards, some other stuff. He's waiting on a ton of parts though. He bought it bone stock, so yeah, we'll get this thing kind of cleaned up. I got my leaf blower, blow this thing off, start peeling it off. Then as we yank this thing out, this branch kind of kills me for the van, getting the van in here. And Cole just left for the gym in his little S10, but we're talking about maybe fucking rain. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna get that pulled out. Probably have to move Tim's dually, but the Cole wants it in the garage, which I'm totally okay with because I can actually use tools in a nice flat ground. So I don't know, we have to we're gonna pull his boat out and the Harley's out. We need to get the motor back there, I guess, prior. We're gonna have a lot of charading to do, move this guy. It'll be fun, but I don't know, we're gonna start by getting the boat uncovered and kind of see what it looks like. Oh, I came over here for a leaf blower. That was my original. And I just so happened, I was just doing the turf job. It's way up there, of course. Oh, look at her in all her glory. Got the engine stand. A bunch of extra parts for this thing. How did the leaf blower end up under the engine stand? I know it was not like that. I really need to clean this thing out. I got light bars in here from Pillsbury still. I've just been so busy and I've been using it for a bunch of turf jobs and it just gets packed full of shit and then neglected. But it's okay. Alright. I forgot how freaking cool this thing looks. In case any of you forgot, here you go. Got all my parts all piled into this thing. Extra scoops and whatnots. Some of the stuff I gotta get rid of. It's actually a Super Trick points ignition, but yeah, we definitely got some work to do. Still need to finish this seat, punch all the holes and stuff in it, add this trim on the top, and then get a cover made for it. But that's little stuff. Oh, and I'm gonna remount these. Me and my dad kind of came up with a better solution for that. But little spider. This thing stayed pretty solidly dry. Oh, I need one of these cables. Gotta measure that up this weekend. But yeah, we're gonna get this thing yanked. Probably start. I'm probably gonna try and drag it over there. Start blowing stuff apart. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out a little game plan, course of action, but you know. I don't know what I'm thinking right now. Just that this is kind of going to be a lot of work. This happened last year too. It spilled. I filled this tank up and then parked it on a hill, and it spilled over. Killed the clear coat, but I don't know if we're gonna airbrush the clear back on, or if I just sand the piss out of this and polish the gel coat back. Because obviously, I don't know if you guys don't know, boats don't have clear coat usually. And I did all this too. They usually are just the gel coat polish. I think this just wouldn't come back, so that someone cleared the whole thing. But this is the original paint with clear coat over it, but I don't know. We gotta blow this whole thing apart. So this weekend's goal is to get the front cover and the oil pan off of this motor. And I think that dual feed, I'm gonna have to change it up a little bit for the new car, but I think I'm gonna steal that one. Because I don't feel like buying another one. I would buy another one, but they take forever to get here because they are straight from China. So, but we get all that blown apart. Obviously all the motor plates got to come off and stuff for the new motor. The oil pan goes on the new motor. The whole front cover goes on the new motor. Get all that blitzed apart on the new motor on a stand in the garage. This will go on my little dolly stand I have. And this motor's going to go back home so I can start pulling stuff off of it. Probably rob all the ARP bolt kit off this thing too, because that was not cheap. It was like a $400 kit, and I don't care to leave ARPs on this, obviously. Then we'll blow the pump apart because we need to take the suction housing. This guy needs to get rebuilt to spec for the new motor, and I'm thinking of doing this guy blue. Just add a little pop back here. Why not? You know, have the separation of the polish and then some more candy blue. Then the intake manifold on the new motor will go candy blue. Match this one. The new motor should look very similar to this motor. But yeah, that front cover, candy blue will be on there. And the oil pan, if you could see it, it's blue. So, and then I think I'm gonna keep. That's a high flow Holley manual pump. I was gonna go electric pump, but I kind of want to run that just realistically, just to be different. I just think it's cool. But so yeah, we need to start blowing this thing apart, get the headers off, all the fun stuff. The headers will obviously be running the same headers, so I don't have to mess with any of the lines with that. The fuel lines, they're all -6 right now. They all need to go to -8, so that means all of it needs to change. And then the pickup way up in there needs to get cut out, and a 1/2-inch bung is going to get welded in. I have my dad do that since this is aluminum and it scares me. Weld that in and do -8 or 1/2-inch pickup tubes. And then yeah, but we need to change out the valves. We need to change out everything, which kind of sucks, but that's okay. I think besides that, changing out the fuel lines and obviously getting the pump built, but that's kind of part of the motor swap that I'm considering that all part as one. And then remount the seats and finish the back seat, and this thing should be done. And I think we are not going to be spraying the new motor because I do not want to have to. I was willing to blow up a stock motor, and obviously I did, and I didn't even get to spray it. But I think that thing's gonna go. And then it opens up some room anyway. It gets kind of clustered in here anyway. And I gotta find somewhere to put the fire extinguisher if we're gonna be running a back seat this season. I'll find somewhere cool. Maybe it could go kind of right there, maybe sideways, right in between those seats. But yeah, that's where we're at. So we'll get to it. Get my steering wheel. Oh, it ain't gonna fit. It ain't gonna fit. But all right, let's do it. Got the garage all cleared out. Back the boat back in. Got the new motor ready to roll. Obviously there's a lot of swapping that needs to happen, so we got a day ahead of us. Well, got half the pump off, motor out. So now it's time to take front of this, the headers, pan, the whole back plate. Start dressing this guy up, and then we'll put all the old stuff, or new old stuff, back on this. Get her on the little dolly mount and throw it on Facebook, I guess. Well, guess we found out what happened to this motor. That is straight water. Oops. Which I had a feeling that I ran the water line in too aggressive and it popped it. Get some 567 on there. So probably hydroed and ended up bending something, which I'm very curious to see what's behind that. That is definitely a new dent.
In the bottom end, from the edge being cracked or something.
Wow. Well, full transparency, since we're all friends here. This is now a few weeks later. 2 weeks, couple weeks. This is after the show. Down in Havasu and stuff. And the first half of this video is from a couple weeks before that. So, I just kind of laughed on getting stuff together. But anyway, we're headed back up to Kohl's. Actually, we're headed out to Manteca, then back up to Kohl's. But I finally got my pump back from Powder. I got the intake manifold back from Powder. Some other stuff because I'm an idiot. Just fine, whatever. Let's see. I'll let it around all this. Anyway, like I was saying, oh my god, I'm so tired. I got a ton of stuff came in. I got all my stuff back from Powder, so I'll try and get this all over there right now. If I had two hands, this would be a little easier. But I got like pretty much all my new fuel line set up, new draw straws, fuel log, bunch of and stuff. This thing's so annoying. And yeah, here's the suction housing. Got some powder. Pretty sweet. I bought a dirt bike stand and had to match it for the tongue. These old jet boat trailers don't have a front like wheel. Stupid. And the intake manifold. We also got a bunch of other parts, and I'll show you guys those probably later because I can't stand the sound of this thing. God damn it. Son of a bitch. Little update for you guys. Left my house at like 8 o'clock in the morning. Head to Manteca to drop my pump off. And completely forgot the bowl for the pump. Got to Manteca, turned around, back to my house, back to Manteca. And now we're up at Cole's house in Granite Bay. So we're gonna pull his boat out, get my motor pulled out because it's kind of tucked back away from his. And let's see here. We got, I put the intake manifold on. I got the oil pan, all my MSD stuff, fuel pump. So that stuff obviously can't go on yet, but I need it ready to go for the dyno, which we have scheduled for next weekend. So I got to clean up the intake manifold just a little bit. See if we can get up here. The pan's obviously ready to go. It's brand new, nice and gold. Pickup tube's got to go on. So yeah, we're gonna clean up the intake manifold a little bit. Some of the edges where the powder coats on the mating surface, I'm gonna clean it a little bit. Blow it out because I'm gonna assume there's little bits of sand in there still. And then, yeah, throw everything together. And once that's all on, I can throw the back plate, the mounting plate for the motor on, and it will pretty much be ready to get set straight in the boat. But we won't put it in the boat yet. Obviously, like I said, it needs to get dynoed still. But I'm even debating bringing my boat down to the dyno shop because they have a really nice like overhead crane setup that they use to move the motors around. And I could just back my boat in after it gets off the dyno stand, and I could just pluck it, set it right into the boat, and I'd be done. And just literally at that point, just waiting for the pump. I also need to do a little bit of plumbing, but for the fuel lines. But yeah, so we'll get after it. Well, getting ready to put the intake manifold on, and no good. Luckily, this doesn't need to go on right now, but I truly am having trouble deciding whether this is just a fuel pump block off. So these are like knockoff 12-point chrome ones. They come with a smaller flange though, so they can actually fit in this hole. I think Allen heads are supposed to go in here. But I have leftover ARPs, true ARPs, to match the rest of it on the motor. And I honestly don't know which one looks better. Obviously, I like the true ARPs. I could sit here and like machine that down, quote unquote machine. It's gonna be a grinder with a flapper wheel put this thing in a drill, but I don't really know. Leave it in the comments. Let's do that. Whatever wins. Either got this one, run this one like that, or I grind that down. You let me know. Well, here she is, like pretty much in her finished form. So we got the oil pan on, got the intake manifold on, and carb's just sitting on there for now, but trying to plan to get it on the dyno next week and see what she does, but she's pretty much ready to go. Boats are back, tucked away, motor's tucked in. Van's pretty much loaded up. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. It's 10 o'clock right now, so and I'll be home. Oh, we gotta put the bikes away. Be home by midnight, so that's fun.
Take me.